What up, guys? This is Wild Rocket here. Today we're going to be talking about more characters that have been either rumored or speculated, or basically what the people just want to know if they're going to make it in, and what's my opinions on it. This is a shout out to my boy Kevin Dirk, I think it is, or Dirk. I don't really know how to pronounce it. I guess Dirk or Dirk. No, I'm just kidding. Kevin, because he gave me the idea in my last video to talk about characters that a lot of people have been wanting in certain games, such as Hornbuckle, Tremor, Scarlet, and not only that, but also the universes of like Outworld, Earthrealm, the Nexus, and so on and so on. So I just want to give him a shout out and thank him for that. Now let's talk about those characters, shall we? Okay, let's talk about Hornbuckle. Now, a lot of people have been wanting Hornbuckle to come in like since he was first known. And as for my opinions, do I think he will make it in? Yeah, I mean, it's I really don't know, to be honest, because even though Scarlet was a glitch character, which was pretty much a red katana from MK2, and they finally actually made her into a character, like her own, individual unique character, it's always possible that they could do the same thing with Hornbuckle. Now, when you think of Hornbuckle, you just think of a green version of Liu Kang. Well, okay, that's great. But where do you think fucking Ermac came from? He was an error from Scorpion that turned red. Scarlet was an error from Katana, and she turned red also. Now, I'm not saying everyone should turn red or anything. I'm just saying that, that's how they, get new characters in some ways. Not every way, but, if they can base off of a glitch or something or a bug in the game and be like, hey, you know what, we can actually make something off of this and make a whole new character, and it turns out to be, successful, then I say go for it. And I definitely think Hornbuckle would definitely make a great addition to the new MKX. Seriously, because I mean, I wonder how his fighting style would be, like if you really sit back and think about it. I mean, you don't want like a green version of everything Liu Kang has, because you want something, individually unique. So I think the whole story and plot between Hornbuckle, I think that would be really neat. And as for his story, because he was a cameo back in the whole I think MK2 days. And MK Trilogy days, where if you fought like on the Pit 2, he was in the background, and he was fighting Blaze, and they confirmed that person that he was fighting against was a Blaze. Now, they could always have some sort of story plot line with Blaze and Hornbuckle because of the whole. That's how we first saw them, was together fighting. So I think that would be a good idea. Now, as for Tremor, a lot of people are like, do you think we're going to see Tremor in this upcoming game? I really don't know. I would say no, but okay, but in the MK9 version of for the PS Vita, he actually was in the challenge tower that you had to face against, and that's another thing. Man, I tell you what, the people on the Vita version of MK9 got fucking a better deal than the people that did on the consoles, because they had 150 plus more challenges in the challenge tower, which I get some of them are only for the Vita because you had a touch screen. But I mean, they had in the challenge tower they had a Cyber Scarlet. Like, I shit you not, guys, they actually had a Cyber Scarlet in the challenge tower, and they had Tremor. They actually had Tremor in MK9 for the Vita version, and because of the system that it was on, they also had transparent backgrounds and so on and so on. And I was just like, oh my god, and what really pissed me off the most was MK3 outfits that they actually gave them on the Vita version instead of home consoles like the Xbox and the PS3. But anyways, that's a different subject. It's just something that really pissed me off. But do I think Tremor will make it back? It is very possible. Now, I'm not automatically just going to deny that and say no, because I believe Tremor might actually have some possibility of coming, because he was, in MK9. Now, was he playable? No. But we did get to fight against him, and the last time we ever got to fight against Tremor was way back in MK, what was it, Special Forces? And that's been a long-ass time ago. So the fact that he actually came back, and the people from NRS knew that, the public wanted to see some type of, cameo or, perhaps an actual character to play as, and the fact that they brought him back shows that they're listening to the people. So I have to give it to them on that, they are paying attention to the people. Now, do I think Scarlet will make the cut for the new game? I don't know. Honestly, I don't think she will, because she's in her prime right now. As in, she was in a new character in MK9, And just like Cyber Sub-Zero, which you know, there was both sides on the coin of Cyber Sub-Zero. Most people fucking absolutely hated them. They hated them. And then there was other people that fucking loved them to death. And was like, holy crap, you know, we got a new Cyborg Ninja. Fuck yeah, you know. And then people, and just to get this out of the way, a lot of people ask my opinions about Cyber Sub-Zero. As for the whole design and everything and the story could have been a little bit better, but as for the design of Cyber Subby, I really do like it. It looks fucking amazing. A lot of people are like, hey, it looks kind of like Predator, you know, and a little bit, you know, it kind of does. But you know, once again, that's just our opinion. But as for fighting, I didn't like it, preferably because I absolutely suck playing as Cyber Sub-Zero. But anyways, so Kevin also asked me, and by the way, if you guys don't know who Kevin is, he was the guy that commented on my last video and, you know, helped me with this idea, so I appreciate that. He asked me about the universes and everything. So, you know, like, what about Outworld? What about Earth Realm? You know, the Nexus, Order Realm, Chaos Realm, Nether Realm, Edenia. You know, what's going on with all that? And that's a very good question. Now, Earth Realm, I don't think nothing really happens that much in Earth Realm, to be honest. I mean, except for invasions, you know, and stuff like that. Now, I want in this MK that's coming up, hopefully they have some, you know, I guess reference to these realms, because these realms were really important, especially in Deception, and each one was very unique. I mean, especially like if you compare Earth Realm to Nether Realm, or you know, the Nexus to Chaos Realm, or Chaos Realm to Order Realm, it was, you know, each one was very, very different and very unique. Now, if I had to pick a certain realm, I would probably pick because the Nexus is pretty much just like Purgatory, basically, and it's like a portal. Well, it's like a realm to go to other realms, so to say. And what I really want to get interested in, because of the story, because this is how good the story, you know, implies onto the actual game. Because, you know, when you have a good depth in the story, it really makes you want to get more interested into it, you know. And I would never say this before, but because of Outworld and the story and the many like chaos and drama that happens there, especially with the Emperor and the people, I would probably want to get interested in the Outworld and see, you know, what the hell's going on there for the next MK, as for, you know, story or whatnot. And obviously another realm I want to see. And that's another thing. A lot of people have been wondering, you know, what happened to certain clans? You know, what happened to the Lin Kuei? What happened to Shirai Ryu? What happened to the, you know, Red Dragon and the Black Dragon clan? And a lot of people have been wondering, you know, what happened to the Brotherhood of Shadow? And that's the reason I mentioned Netherrealm as for one of the realms I want to know about. Because I, too, want to know what the hell happened to the Brotherhood of Shadow. Because I don't know if Noob and Smoke are still teamed up, or if they actually killed their brother, and that actually was, you know, canon or not. Which, I don't know if it was. If it is, please let me know if it was canon that Noob Saibot killed Sub-Zero in that ending. And literally, like, ripped them in half. But anyways, you know, I want to know, like, let's say Smoke and Noob Saibot decide to, you know, go their own ways, all right, and they're not in alliance anymore. Well, okay, but still, what happened to the Brotherhood of Shadow? Is it still around? Has it been dead? Did someone kill it already? You know, is Noob the actual leader now? And a lot of people have been wondering, who was it? Who was it? La 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 la. Ah, shit, I forget. Havoc, there we go, sorry. Havoc. A lot of people are wondering if Havoc's actually teaming up with Noob Saibot now. And, you know, trying to be a controller of the Brotherhood of Shadow. And, which I don't really get, because isn't he from fucking Chaos Realm? You know, I don't know, you know. But some people can travel to Netherrealm, the Netherrealm, obviously. Because, you know, if their soul's tainted with some evil, or if they, I think, have no soul or something like that. Yeah, so, or if their hearts are pure evil, I think it was. But anyways, you know, another thing, as for download content, I forgot to mention this in my last video, but a lot of people have been speculating Jason's coming back. Jason Voorhees has a download content, and I had a tweet just last night, and I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, don't you think Jason Voorhees would come back? And I said, why would you say that? And they said, well, you figure, you know, we just had Freddy in MK9, and people are suspicious about Jason to be in this one. And I'm like, with the bullshit that NRS usually comes off with, it is possible. I mean, and they've hinted that they might have guest characters, you know, down the future once the game's actually out. But I mean, as for Jason Voorhees, I mean, we've seen cameos in him in fucking Dead Island, and but I mean, as for a playable character, it's just why, I'm sorry, but I don't understand the fact of guest characters in games where they don't belong. I mean, it's cool, but if we wanted if we wanted a game that had tons of guest characters fighting against each other, I'd just go play Super Smash Brothers again. Like God. But anyways, another thing a lot of people have been wondering, is what the hell happened to the Dagon and Taven? What I mean, they. With the whole Armageddon deal, they want to know what the hell happened to them. Did Dagon finally die? And what happened to their parents? Did Dagon actually kill both of their parents just to have both swords? That's pretty dumb. And a lot of people don't know who Taven and Dagon is, and they were the main character. Well, Taven was the main character for MK Armageddon. Now, Dagon is actually Taven's brother, okay? And Dagon looks much older and is much older than Taven. But here's the fucked up part. Dagon is actually the younger brother, if that makes any fucking sense at all. He is older than Taven, but he is still the younger brother. I know, that's one, I know, trust me, that's one to wrap your head around. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go on YouTube and search up the story of MK Armageddon, because it is very, very long, and I don't want to, bore you guys. And one thing that really stood out for me, as for the whole Taven and Dagon and their parents and Blaze and whatnot, is that when Blaze was that little, I guess, character back in MK Deadly Alliance, you remember him with him and Mocap? And he was kind of like a puny version. And then they brung him back in Armageddon, and it turns out that not only was he the fucking boss, but he looked like he'd been hitting the gym, because it was like, holy shit, because you compare the Blaze that we had in Armageddon to the one that we had in Deadly Alliance, and even I stood back and I was like, is this the same fucking Blaze? And I want to know what the hell happened to him. Not because I think he's like the biggest badass or anything. No. I want to know what happened to him, because he was the main center of attention. He was a person that you had to absolutely defeat in order to save mankind and humanity as one in Armageddon. And I just really wanted to know what the hell happened, And a lot of people, wonder where he originated from. It was actually the mother of Taven, which is Dahlia, and actually created him for a certain purpose for mankind. Now, was it good or bad? We didn't know. And, it's just some things you got to really think about. But, I really want to know what the story is about him, and, has he died, and the whole thing with Onaga as well. I know Onaga had a very, very important part in the whole story. And I just want to see, what are they going to come up with that. Now, a lot of people have been wondering, with these certain characters, do I think that any of them are going to make it in? It's very, very likely. It's very, very possible that they could. But, once again, damn, I got like a tickle in my throat. You never really know who's going to be in, because you know how Ed likes to troll. But, and sorry if I keep pausing there for a minute. I just saw a deer outside of my front yard, and I've never seen a deer that damn close to my yard. And it just really caught me off guard. I'm trying to talk to you guys. I'm going slower and slower. So, sorry about that. But anyways, so yeah, this has been Wild Rocker, and in my next video, I think I might actually talk about more about the plot and the storyline. And a lot of people I really want to get in detail is Quan Chi. Now, am I a fan of Quan Chi? Not really, but with the story that they had since all the way back in Mortal Kombat mythologies, which I will definitely start mentioning that and comparing it to MKX. That's another thing I'll be talking about for characters and whatnot. And I will fill you guys in the next video. By the way, thank you all for watching, and I really do appreciate it. I'm surprised that I even got over 100 views. 100 views in my last video, which was very, 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 very surprising. So, sorry about that. Yeah, as you can see, those are my designs and whatnot. And a lot of people have been wondering, hey, what do you use for your designs? And I actually make my own. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yep. So this is also one of my designs that I've been doing. But anyways, I will let you guys go. This has been Wild Rocker, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.